All of the people that are my mentors who are very successful, they're like, you're so lucky to have what you have because it's yours. And there's a, yeah. KILLSPENCER. KILLSPENCER.
Hey Spencer, it's Roderick. Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Come on up. Yeah, so this is the factory. That's where it all happens. This is the showroom. So everything that you see here, we've made here.
Do people come here often?
Yeah, so we do like by appointment only, and just have people schedule an appointment. They come in and they shop.
You have a manager, meet and greet.
Yep, Alyssa, she's sick today unfortunately, but that's why I have the phone. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's not here actually that we have in our collection, but this room is only so big. But our collection is pretty deep on our website. So this is the studio. Everyone just broke for lunch. So it's nice and quiet here now. So we have the leather, the materials in the back here. We take the hide, throw it up on the table. Take the patterns, which we have tons of patterns over there. We cut out the pattern. We then take the material and we skive it and process it and stitch it together and glue it and hammer it if we need to. And then sew it together, flip it inside out, and do the final finishing. Everyone's a master of their craft here, and they have the ability to make a product from start to finish themselves. It's like a micro atelier, you know what I mean? We're not like a crack the whip type of factory. We make stuff slowly and carefully, and we do like really good work, and we care about it, and we do it while having fun.
I think it would be really helpful for people wanting to start businesses to understand how you started. You got a loan from a mentor.
Yeah.
How did you decide to deploy that money?
So I was a student in art school studying industrial design, and I wanted to make a backpack. One of my teachers, he's like, hey, you gotta meet my friend Bobby, the owner of a really big bag company. So I became friends with Bobby, and Bobby Chang became my mentor. And so I said, hey Bobby, I wanna make a bag. Like, what do I do? He said, buy a sewing machine and figure it out. And I was like, nah, I'm a designer. I'm just gonna design it and outsource it. He's like, no, like, if you really wanna learn how to like make something, you gotta learn how to make it yourself. So I bought an industrial sewing machine. I spent $1,500 of my own money. In college, that's a lot of money when you're in college and you have no money. And I was like, fuck, I don't know how to sew. So I had to literally go on YouTube and open the instruction manual and learn how to thread the thread through the bobbin, thread the thread through the needle the right way, and set up the machine. And within like a few hours, I was able to sew material. And the next day, I was able to make a bag in my living room, in art school. And that power was so cool because it gave me like this ability to like know how to design and then to know how to make it. I was like, I gotta figure out how to get better at this. Having like an entrepreneurial instinct. Talking to Bobby, he's like, okay, come to China and see how we make 25,000 bags a day. And I went to 7 different factories and I got to see how they were making volume. I was watching how every part of the process was made, from the raw good to the finished good to the boxing and shipping and packing and adding labels and stuff. It was super intimidating. And at the end of the trip, I was like, hey, Bobby, I do not want to come back here. I want to build my own factory in my backyard and have all my friends work with me. And he's like, okay, if you set it up, I'll fund you. I was like, really? I put together a keynote presentation of all the machines I needed, the type of space I needed, the type of tables I needed, cutting tables, materials, whatever. And I showed it to him, and he gave me a fat check. It was a lot of money, more money than I had ever seen on one check before. I showed it to my parents and they're like, what are you doing? You're never gonna be able to pay that back. My dad's like, you should really think about this before you accept money like that from someone. I set up my factory, got a space in downtown LA, bought a bunch of machines, found Mauricio, who's like the best sewer ever, and paid him back in full in 5 months. And I feel like I may have been one of the only people that he invested in during that time that paid him back. It was a really important thing for me to do.
And he took no equity after
No
that?
equity, nothing. Someone who was just like genuine soul, fellow, creative, someone who achieved big success, like big numbers with his company. I would talk to Bobby like once a month or once every few weeks for like an hour. I'd have a phone call, it would be exactly like 59 minutes. He's like, okay, I gotta go. And I realized that he was dedicating an hour to giving back. And he gave that back to me. It's such a beautiful thing if you think about it. Like him, someone who's like 15 years older than me, with a lot of experience, a lot of success, believing in me and my passion. It was because of his guidance and because of his like belief in me that I was like, fuck, I could do it too. Everything kind of starts back here. It's like this is the brain. I can design something and build the vector pattern in a computer program. And then it's like perfectly cut to my spec. So it allows for perfection. And then it allows me to kind of like prototype something out and make it. And then once I'm ready, work with my team to like fine tune it.
What enabled you to ship enough product to pay back that loan in that amount of time?
I think we got written up in Men's Journal. When they featured us, we just got like a shitload of orders. And then GQ, Playboy, LA Times, New York Times, T Magazine. Because we were making a good product and we're doing it in LA. A lot of people were not making stuff in the US at that time. People loved it and shared.
Do you still feel like waves of orders come in if you get a write-up somewhere? Do you feel like it ebbs and flows?
Oh, for sure, definitely. Even from an Instagram story about a specific product, we'll get a bunch of orders for that same product.
And having kind of gathered the data over time of how an Instagram post or a write-up can affect orders, has a strategy been developed for a cadence?
For me, it's like more of an art. Of course it's a business and we're like here making stuff every day, shipping every day, but it's like, I don't want to think about it that way. It makes it more about work and less about pleasure. To me, I enjoy coming to work. I want to have fun making stuff all day long. Our marketing plan is just us constantly up on the next thing that we're doing. I want it to be authentic. I don't want to be like all these other companies out there that are just doing the standard thing. You get as many pieces as you can out of the hide. And you can see here, there's like impediments in the leather. There's wrinkles and some scarring, and you could see this like stretch marks here in the leather. I love that stuff, but some people, they want it to be perfect. So we've taken a lot of the scraps and made rugs, like pieces of furniture where we like sew pieces together and then add quilting. We can make a lot of zipper pulls out of this material and, you know, things that are functional for the bags.
As long as I've known you, you've always been super creative. You played drums your whole life.
Yeah.
I remember you getting really into projects and ideas and being like all about the project you were focused on and developing, and seemingly instantaneously dropping it and then moving on to another thing that you would get super into.
Yeah.
Having that array of experimentation leading you to this point, how did you decide to stick to one thing? What made you focus on this as your mission?
I don't think anything has changed, to be honest with you. I still have that same like level of kind of hyper focus and then getting bored once I've kind of figured out the thing that I couldn't figure out yet. But every part of that here is what has built this whole business. Every problem is its own project, and it's all like building toward this one brand. Within KILLSPENCER, there's all of my passions. There's music, there's sports, there's art, there's architecture, there's furniture design, there's drawing, you know, there's business, there's collaboration. What this is my playground for anything goes. You know, whatever I'm interested in personally, I can use for business. I can turn that into my workday.
How many ideas get killed before anything happens?
A lot. I have like hundreds of sketchbooks filled with ideas. I built a factory so that I can design something and see it instantly, tweak it instantly, design it again, redesign it, take it apart, put it back together, and basically get from point A to point Z much faster because we're here in the space building it. We're independent. We don't have to rely on anyone. Like right now, we can go in the back and design and build anything you want to if we have the materials to do so. We can photograph it, put it on our website, and sell it globally in one day.
So you figured out how to structure an environment where you can make a living and also constantly experiment and jump from one thing to the next.
One of my things that I like the most is like just R&D and experimentation. I like buying a machine and figuring out how to modify it to use in our factory. And I like, being like, oh, I can make that. And then realizing how hard it is to make something and then actually figuring it out and doing it and, making the part that enables us to have the machine do something that it couldn't do before, or spending the time to go learn about how something is properly made in whatever country that it's mastered in, and then take that knowledge and then apply it with our team here, however we can. It becomes our own DNA. It becomes our own recipe, so to speak. And that's kind of the beauty of this whole thing. It's like one big experiment, really.
So having everything be in-house, having the ability to iterate quickly keeps prototyping costs pretty low.
Well, not necessarily, because I'll just spend so much time. We spent months and months building jeans and building jean jackets and figuring out how to do that. I had to pay for that, and that costs a lot of money. So we're just dumping money into things that are important to us, but the upside of that is potentially being able to have it be a success and have it become something that fuels our company instead of take away from it.
So in keeping with the necessities of business, you have to have money constantly coming in to be able to spend money on product development.
Yeah.
How do you balance the two in terms of ever feeling the need to wrangle yourself in to be like, this is gonna cost too much money right now? Or is it just whatever needs to happen, we'll figure it out in the books?
So for me, you just make something great and it will sell forever. Some of the stuff that we've made like 14 years ago still sells every single day. You spend all that time, R&D, figuring out all those problem points and figuring out the things that don't work, and that's like the best thing that we could possibly make. If we do that right, then it should be something that will carry us forward and it won't hurt the company. If we first started off doing that, it's almost impossible unless you have like a lot of funding to do so. But now I get to focus on things that I want to do, that I'm interested in. Like logos and brands and people that we've worked with over the years. And a lot of stuff's not here too that we have, but these are the ones we saved. So it's all like for doing all the logo stamping and embossing.
What's it like having a staff of people that depend on you to eat?
Oh, it's awesome. I love it, yeah. Yeah, we are kind of a small family. I see these guys more than anyone in my life.
Yeah.
We spend so much time together. When the cameras are not here, instead everyone's chatting and just like kind of goofing and just making shit all day long and exploring our art. This is all of our craft. It's something we all love.
How many people are in the company?
We have like 9.
9.
Total, yeah. We used to have like 17, but then I just got like too much. I like being involved in the process, I like making stuff, and I like being in the R&D and development part of the process, and the more I have to be a manager, it's like not as fun.
So you've taken more of like a position of an artist who sells their work.
It's kind of what it is, yeah. I'm an artist, I'm a designer, and I have a bunch of artisans that work with me, and we all love what we do so much, and we're here carefully making the best shit we can every day because we love it.
And it was a conscious decision to bring on business managers to help with that end of it so you can keep your mind out of day-to-day.
No, my mind's involved in that, of course, but it's not it's not what's important to me.
You don't have to get nitty-gritty with it every day, right?
Yeah.
It's like your sister is managing the basic elements of the business end of things.
Yes. So our team here is also like working on it. We have people that we consult with to kind of give us insight on data analysis and forecasting and things like that, but that's not the soul of the company.
So maintaining the heart above all is the most important thing.
Yeah, I think so. People have tried to buy our company multiple times, and large investor types have wanted to come in and help blow it up, but it's just like, I don't want to have to deal with that shit, to be honest with you. I get to come to work, I get to do whatever I want all day long, and it works.
So structuring it in a way where it can feed your creativity and your passion allows you to take the perspective of not needing to be swayed by potential big checks.
What we want to do here is build something very specific. And if there's something that comes along that kind of helps us get there, then I'm into it. Projects come along that I'm not interested in, that are not helping us get to like this end vision, then I don't take those projects.
If you were going to jump ship to start a second company, what would that company be?
I already did.
You did?
Yeah, it's called Live Ball. It's a tennis company.
Why?
Because I love tennis.
Just lay it out. It's the nature of Live Ball.
It's a gamified tennis workout. You play this very intense, non-serving game of King of the Court. There's music that's being played, a great coach. I'm gonna go to 2 sessions tonight.
Okay. What's the third one?
Well, we're starting KILLSPENCER Racing now, like KILLSPENCER Automotive, essentially. So we're not gonna build the car, but we're gonna kind of like put our fingerprint on it for this Safari Porsche. We're building the whole interior right now. Door panels, the floor mats. It's like a 964 Safari Porsche. This is gonna become KILLSPENCER Racing, KSR. We've been working on furniture for a while, but like, I'm still like figuring out the manufacturing, so I wanna make it unique.
So these are branches of KILLSPENCER?
Yeah, more like branches of KILLSPENCER, but they're kind of like their own independent kind of entity within the company.
Do most of the ideas now spring out of the foundation and feel like branches? Or is there anything like more left field stuff, like tennis seems a little bit left field from KILLSPENCER?
Well, not really, because we do sporting goods. I was in my Silver Lake store and I was just getting fat because I was just like working all the time. And I was like, I need to like exercise. So then I was like, we should make a boxing speed bag. So I built one and I just was like boxing all the time. And that was the first thing that we made, sporting equipment wise. Then we made a football, then we made a soccer ball, then we made a baseball, then we made baseball bats, then we made a baseball glove.
It almost feels bad, 'cause like, it's not, you don't want to beat it up.
No, you can.
I know you're supposed to.
You can beat the shit out of it.
Do you ever buy something,
Yeah,
like,
no.
athletic equipment that you're, or nice new shoes, and you're like, I know this is meant to get beat up. But I
No,
also feel
totally.
bad
It
about
happens
just beating
all the
this.
time. But even like my nice stuff, I kind of don't mind it getting like thrashed a little bit, you know? Do you know how hard it is to make a boxing glove? It's fucking hard. It took us forever. It took us 5 or 6 years to figure out how to do it right. You know what I mean?
So all the stuff you make is functional, playable.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, playable. This is like our speed bag, baseball, soccer ball die. Football die is in here too. It's supposed to be there. I don't know where it is. The moment, all of our straps, just like tons and tons of different tooling that we use to make our products. And just over the years, this is just like filled up. And this is our clicking machine, which we had forever. So it's like a cookie cutter. So basically you can take a die. So you can see the shape of our basketball net. You could take the leather and put it down in here. And then click this out. And then what comes out at the end is this leather net. For our basketball nets, they're all handmade out of leather.
2033, Spencer is coming to talk to you. What do you think he's gonna say? You can clip this and watch it 10 years.
I think he's gonna say, don't give a fuck about what anyone thinks and just do what you think is cool. Because that's like the thing that matters most. You know, this is my company, my name's on the building. And if I'm influenced by numbers or influenced by trends or influenced by some other thing, then it's not really me. Because I have a lot of stuff that I'm like, fuck, I need to do that. I love this idea. It's just like, it sticks in my heart that I just haven't done because I'm busy making money and building the company and dealing with projects and executing orders and things like that. But if I didn't have to think about all that, I could just do the things I wanted to do. That's what I would tell myself, is just like, do the things that have been like pulling at me.